What's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you guys here today. Is the market crash here? Is XRP about to crash? Is Bitcoin about to crash? Is Ethereum about to crash? Well, we're going to be checking out the charts to find out if that's the case. We've also got a bunch of news that we are going to be covering for you today that kind of backs up the potential of a Bitcoin crash in today's video. All right, guys, so here we are on XRP's weekly charts. And as we've been covering, well, today we're down 2%, unfortunately. So we've had consecutive days to the downside. So let's take a look here at the daily chart. So right now, 2% exactly. Yesterday and the day before, nothing. Also right here, 3 days ago, we were down 4.65%. Now we currently have 13 minutes left in the daily candle. We can see that we talked about this already. Why could price be going back down? There's a fair value gap here. Will it stop at the fair value gap? That's what I'm watching right here at 40 cents, 4013. Now, what we've been talking about for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP is the potential of a weekly sell-off. And as we can see, last week we did break below the 50 exponential moving average, but it was blocked by the 14. We said that was the kind of hold them there. Unfortunately, this week, there's 3 days left in the candle. It did break below the 14 exponential moving average. So that is unfortunate for us. What we can also take a look at here, though, is if we head up to Ethereum, we can see that Ethereum is also about to potentially break below the 50 and the 14. It is right now in a supply and demand zone right here, as we can see, this 1795 to 1700 zone. So that's still playing a nice support level where there is a potential bounce, because on the daily, the opposite is true here. So we know that price broke below the 14, or it's about to break below the 50 and the 14 on the weekly. Well, on the daily, if we could get a surge, some volume, if it can bounce back off of this supply and demand zone, which it has done once, twice, 3 times and moved up. Now, once, twice today, can we get that move back to the upside? We never got to that 2167 on Ethereum. Right now, same thing here with Bitcoin. We're in that supply and demand zone, did not break through the bottom side. If it can rally and break back above that 50 exponential moving average, could we finally see that surge up to 32,000? Well, that's all positive news, but there is potential. Again, there's a fair value gap all the way down here, supply and demand zone all the way down here. Now, why am I talking about that right now in the beginning? The reason why Bitcoin, the government, the United States government, is now officially selling Bitcoin. They have sold, and they have 200,000 more to sell. That would be disastrous to all of the crypto market. So let's go take a look at Twitter. I've got some information for you guys. And by the way, if you are new here, you can go and subscribe to the Twitter. Follow me over here at Win with Ryan, at Real Win with Ryan. We're going to take a look at the bookmarks. This one's still labeled 5.9, but I've actually been saving a bunch of stuff. And I like this post right here. Oh, it's kind of funny. It's kind of scary at the same time. New level flight anxiety. I was looking at this as the crypto markets right now, because we were on takeoff, right? But did we lose a wheel on the way up with the United States government about to dump all their coins? We're in the air. Are we going to be able to land, or can we just continue flying? All right, so breaking news the other day, this was 2 days ago, the United States SEC has stepped back from defining what a digital asset is, stating that the term is still under consideration. And this obviously is coming after Gary Gensler was up on the Hill. Congress was grilling him. He didn't do so hot. So looking like the government, the SEC, could be taking a little bit of a back step here. And then yesterday, this was pretty funny too. Justin, U.S. congressman, says maybe we do print money out of thin air, but we're the U.S. government, so we can, right? So you've probably all heard the term that the government prints money out of thin air. It's not backed by anything, and so on. Well, that you're not supposed to actually say that out loud. Well, this guy right here, Mr. Sherman, says the quiet part out loud. Check this out.
Crypto bros make money literally by making money, and they've made over $1 trillion out of thin air. They'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government. Crypto bros.
So let me know down in the comments section, is crypto better than fiat, or is fiat better? Because he said crypto bros are printing money out of thin air. Well, fiat dollars also printed out of thin air. Which do you prefer? Let me know down in the comments section. Type in crypto, CRYPTO, if you prefer crypto, or you prefer fiat, FIAT. Type in FIAT down in the comments section. All right. And here is the news that I have to share with you. And it is unfortunate news because the US government just sold 9,800 or 9.8 thousand of their Bitcoin that they hold, worth $277 million, causing the price to plunge. They still own over 200,000 more Bitcoin, not millions of dollars worth, but actual physical coins each, maybe digital, not physical. But if they decide to sell that, prices would be back under 10,000 in a heartbeat. And then even more because people would be scared and it would just be dumping and dumping and dumping. So very scary scenario here. Is the government going to create a crash of the crypto market? All right. Also very interesting. The United States interest payment is now equal to defense spending. So 30% of the debt has to be refinanced in the next 12 months at today's high rates too. So it's going to be even worse. Our federal funds rate and our interest payment is now at the current defense spending level. And then also to clarify on that earlier statement, the US government has said they will sell their Bitcoin this year and they hold 200,000. So just let that sink in. 2023 could be quite the roller coaster. And we got a big boom here from Edo, Farna, XRP, Edwin, Farina, boom. Brad Garlinghouse says within the next 2 to 6 months expects a resolution from the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. I'm optimistic and believe we're going to see a resolution before the end of Q3, and we are at the end. So hold your XRP, says Edo Farina. Let's take a listen to this.
While others in the crypto industry might be the beginning, but the good news is we're at the end of that journey. And while others in the crypto industry might be the beginning of that journey, the silver lining for Ripple has been that we're kind of at the end. Sometime, I would say, between the next 2 and let's say 6 months, I expect a resolution. The judge in the United States has been fully briefed. She has the decision on her plate. A federal judge can operate on whatever timeline in this case, she would like. But I'm optimistic we're going to see resolution, I believe, before the end of Q3. But the good news.
So resolution coming by the end of Q3, which is exciting. Also, I thought this was a very interesting tweet here. Unusual Whales tweeted out yesterday, an OpenSea employee was sentenced to 2 years in prison for insider trading. He made $50,000. Big chunk of change there. Senator Richard Burr got private COVID info February 11th. On February 12th, he sold 83% of his equities for millions of dollars. Minutes later, he told his family to sell as well. There were no charges. But the interesting thing that I thought was the most interesting part of this is the community notes here. Because it says yesterday an OpenSea employee was sentenced. The community notes, which you would think, well, maybe something must have popped up because this senator must not have really gotten in trouble or did something wrong, right? Well, no, it just says that it was an ex-Coinbase employee. He forgot to put ex-OpenSea or ex-Coinbase employee, but it was an ex-Coinbase employee who was sentenced to 2 years for insider trading yesterday, not an OpenSea employee, which is pretty funny. So Coinbase guy got sentenced. Richard Burr gets off with nothing. Him and his family sold all of their money, all of their stocks and equities before the plunge of COVID and not in trouble at all. So two-tier justice system there, absolutely. Also thought this was interesting. So between her time as Fed chair and Secretary of Treasury, Janet Yellen collected $7 million in speaking fees from Wall Street banks bailed out by the taxpayers. And if you're not aware, just recently, banks have been failing, but the government has stepped in to try to prevent them from failing as well, giving them money. So how much will Janet and Jerome pocket after the next taxpayer bailout from the banks? It says, here's your cash bribe, Janet. It's called a speaking fee. All right. So all of that leads up to potential crashes, right? So Bitcoin's getting sold off. We know that Bitcoin leads the market. The government could sell off at any time. They could dump the markets all the way down to 10K, maybe even lower. Is it going to 15? Well, we'll look at the charts here in a minute. But you know what isn't dropping? You know what isn't crashing? That's absolute crazy meme coins. And so this guy did a really great thread. I read about this one here about protecting yourself during the meme coin season, because some people are just aping into everything like crazy. So how to avoid losing your meme coins due to scams. Number one, no one will ever DM you with a way to claim more coins. It's a scam. And that is very true. In fact, my very first NFT I ever minted, I got scammed because I was in a hurry. I got on the white list, and then they messaged me on Discord. Little did I know that was a scammer. I went and minted 2 fake NFTs and burned several $100s. So no one's ever giving you extra free stuff. Just understand that. Do not get tricked by that. Number 2, don't click links without checking. Make sure you're looking at the official account first, always. Follow up by checking a second source for confirmation. Official Twitter accounts can get compromised too. So for example, we have this happen with our accounts, right? So the Bull Runners Club, if you're going to click a link on the Bull Runners Club Twitter, make sure it's the right one. The best and most important thing to do is go down in the description of our videos here on YouTube, and all of our links are there. And you know that it's the real YouTube channel. You'll know that the description was written by us. You'll know that those links down there are real and accurate. Do not ever click on a link that's given to you in the comments section. That's absolute scams. Be careful out there always. Number 3, this is PvP, meaning player versus player. Every time you open your wallet, someone is trying to get in. Always check what you're signing, even an official website. A simple check will save you a lot of time. Number 4, only dig in with what you can afford to lose. This is the Wild West. Don't put your mortgage payment into crypto because it can be rug pulled on you guys. Be very careful out there. Number 5, FOMO kills. Do not get involved in FOMO, guys. Take your time at every opportunity. Be suspicious. If confused, go ask 3 people who are knowledgeable about what's going on. So use your community, use your network. And that's why I love the Bull Runners community. We have so much going on. We're always helping each other in the back end. By the way, if you want to join the Bull Runners Club, there's a link down in the description below. Go click that there. We can help you make money in other ways besides crypto. So that way you're not freaking out and trying to catch every up and down. We have an actual business model, business in a box. You can join with us. So go click that link and get started for free today. Number 6, your wallet is only safe as the computer you store it on. If you're using a hot wallet and not a hardware wallet like Ledger, don't download or run anything locally on that computer. Malware will wipe you out. Number 7, bookmark important websites and refers back to your bookmarks to double check you're on official sites. And that's actually really important because they can actually clone a website to make it look exactly. And they just put one extra letter in there, one extra S or one extra E. And all of a sudden you think you're on the real site, and boom, all of your money is gone out of your wallet. So make sure you're making the correct choices there. Use bookmarks is a very good one. Number 8, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. Scammers exploit greed, fear, kindness, excitement, among other visceral feelings. If you ever feel those emotions, slow down and think things through. And number 9, split up your wallets. You will be interacting with a lot of random new contracts. It's better to interact with a burner wallet than one with a lot of money on it. Make a vault wallet, then you don't use to interact with anything, just for moving funds to your hot wallet. So be safe out there, friends. And I thought that was a really, really good one. So thank you, John HQ, at John HQ on Twitter. All right, guys. So let's jump over here to the chart. So first, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. So as we can see here too, Bitcoin does have a daily line right down here. In fact, let's go over. I'm going to use a different list here because these perpetual contracts can be a little different sometimes. So let's go over here to an official Bitcoin USD chart. And as we can see right now, it is at the daily. So you see why that's important. That's why I always use multiple different deals here. So the daily on Coinbase has way more data, goes way more back in history. So this one gives me the accurate feeling. So right now we are at a extreme support. We're in good hands. Unless we break that bad boy, then we could be on our way down to a significantly lower level. But as we can see right now too, on the weekly chart, we have a long ways to go. We have a 14 exponential moving as a support and a 50 as a support. Then we get into the supply and demand zone, which is a support as well. So that $25,000 range. It is likely that that could be coming down to that level because if we take a look here on the weekly charts, we do have a fair value gap that needs to be filled, and that fills us all the way back to 22,600. Now, as we take a look at Ethereum next, let's go look at Ethereum. And we take a look at Ethereum. It is at a potential weekly breaking point, but at the same time, it's rebounding off of that, which now gives us the potential of a rebound to the upside, major move to the upside for Ethereum. So we're going to keep an eye. If it breaks above the 50 and the 14, we're looking really good again. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. There's a lot of overhead resistance. Every one of these lines here is a resistance 1919, 2016, 2030. So we would need some crazy, crazy positive volume. Also looking here on the RSI, it's below the 50, which is bearish. It's got the black background, which is bearish. And there's a long ways down to oversold at 30, which is bearish. And so if we jump now to last and final XRP here, before I get into a video or a little explanation of how you can make money with us here at the Bull Runners Club, we have finally come down to the oversold position down here on the RSI. So that's very exciting because that could give us that rebound. We've been finally, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this rebound above the 50 exponential moving average for XRP back to the magic white line up here at 53 cents. Now, the only problem is the down may have started. The actual down may have started with this. If we have this weekly close below the 14 exponential body candle, there is a likelihood that we start to see a move back down to 32 cents. And then if the market is crashing, like everyone's saying, we're going to be selling off everything. There's a fair value gap all the way here at 18 cents. That's a reality as well that has not been filled for, since right here, which was December 28th of 2020. So there's a possibility of coming and dipping into that level again. Let's hope not. But it is a reality and it is a possibility because if everything tanks, if we have the Great Depression, as they say, is coming, the government is running out of money. In order to not run out of money, they could sell all of their Bitcoin and then all of a sudden the crypto markets crash. But the United States government just got some really, really good exit positions on Bitcoin being up where it is right now. If Bitcoin exits at 27,000, that's not a bad exit for the